Bum ba-dum bum ba-da-bum bum 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 ba-da-bum bum 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 ba-ba-da-bum ba-da-bum ba-da-bum ba-da-ba-bum bum ba die bum bum bye bum 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 ba bye bye bum ba bye bum bye bum ba da bum bum ba dum bum bum bum. Why do I sing before I come onto the stream every morning? It'd be better just playing this. Oh, hang on. No, Mike is unmuted, and we're on the right camera. Way! I did something right. It's amazing. Right, off with the headphones. Good morning, ramblers. Are you rambling? Are you doing good? Rambling is my job. Hey, look at this. We are sitting in the new place for the new technology when it arrives. We're all set up with the homemade bureau desk in amongst my bookshelf, and with the view behind us of my other bookshelves. And Roddick, there's the Roddick. Morning, Roddick. Stop licking the telly. Oi, stop. Don't lick the telly. Please, don't lick the telly, okay? It's not good to lick the telly. Right? Yeah, I know. It's delicious. But yes, welcome to Morning Coffee on Radio Apocalypse. Welcome to who we've got. We've got Nyla, we've got Jason. Hi, how are you? Happy Easter, everybody. Look. Oh no, I can't show you stuff for Easter just now because my children will be up at their mum's house getting ready to come back to daddy's, and if I showed you that, they might be watching, but we will go and put the kettle on, okay, and we will prepare some oaties before we go and do the weather. Hold on, there we go. Oh yes. Good morning, Nyla. Good morning, Jason. Is there any, let me just check the chat, see if anybody else has said good morning. I can't check the chat on my phone, but I can check it on the screen. Yes, there we go. Wonderful people. Honestly, I'll tell you something, Nyla. See, not having my other three kids for this length of time, it's played havoc with the old maternal instinct that I have. It's a bit wild. I'm sorry, there's background noise. The washing machine's on, so I'm going to have to speak a bit louder. This is what happens with a kind of informal household morning coffee. Let's look at the papers sort of stream going on. It's kind of like relaxing foodie time. It's morning. We don't want to be sort of like sitting around and putting up screens and lights and stuff. We want to wander around the house. We want to make our porridge. We want to make our coffee the RAB way. Rab, if you're watching this back later, if you come back on later, man, I'm still thinking about you. Okay, and I'm truly sorry with everything that's happened. Okay, brother. Hang on, where's the camera? There. Brilliant. Nuts. Rab had some bad news at the start of the weekend, but I won't go into it. But I just want everybody just to sort of like have a wee thought of what would happen if you had some really the shittest second, third, fourth. No, I think it would be the crappiest sort of news that I would have heard. I can't put it into perspective. But I love you, man. I love you, and I'm thinking of you. Right, that is the Milko in the porridge, yo. But we'll pay homage to the RAB and make coffee the RAB way, which is you start off by either putting milk or coffee in the cup first, okay? Today, we're going to put the instant coffee into the cup first. No, actually, RAB likes the milk in first. You have to put the milk in first. Otherwise, it's not done the RAB way. However much milk you wish. Then you add the coffee. Some people add the coffee, then the water, then the milk. See, if you do it this way and you stir it up, you don't get the bits of coffee. Damn it. Slay stir. You don't get the wee grains of coffee. And also it makes it smoother and creamier. But there are people in the world that like that non-smooth, non-sort of creamy taste that you get, you know. And you know what I'm like? I have to use a old Woody here, Woody the spoon, to stir the porridge. It cannot be stirred any other way other than a wooden spoon. I am OCD to hell because of my wooden spoons and porridges. Can't be helped. Right, let us go and do the weather. The weather. Let's have a look. Hey, Roberto, how's it hanging, man? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Happy Easter to you as well, brother. Right, let us quickly head over to the weather window. The weather window. We still need to do a jingle for that. Hold on, what's happened to it? Why have we not? Hold on. Are we there? Have we lost the stream? No, we're back there. And we need to flip. That's it. We're back. The weather window. Let's have a look. The air quality smells amazing. And the birds are happy if you listen. Do you hear that? Tweet, 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 tweet. Looking east, it is overcast though. It's overcast where the sun comes up. And panning across the sky, it is quite overcast. But we're kind of used to that in Edinburgh. Let's check for wind on the bushes. It's not windy on the bushes. It's not windy on the tree. Okay, but I tell you something, the air smells amazing. Watch your head, sweetie. The air smells true. It's a bit cold. It's a bit nippy. But that can only... Oh, watch, Roddick. There we go. Yes, I know. You'll want the window open. You like to hang out it. So what do you think, Roddick? Say hello to the world. Too much light on his face there. He's busy watching Russian cartoons just now. Russian cartoons. Woody, Woody, Woody. And repeat 3 times. Dodgy boy, dodgy boy. Right, back to the kitchen. Let's check on the old porridgio. Turn the heat up a bit. Yeah, I had a wee look at the papers earlier on. It seems that there's a bit of a theme again going on. You know, the people that own the papers want us to be conditioned to thinking that Boris is a good guy. You know, that, you know, oh, we should feel sorry for him because he's had corona. Yeah, absolutely. We should sort of like feel sorry for anybody having corona. But it doesn't make his place better in the world, you know, more prolific, above everybody else. The man's a clown. Right? I don't care. He's out of the woods. We can start back at him now, you know, if we wish. Oh, shush, washing machine. Honestly, so loud. But I'm not going to... I switched it off during a stream last week. I got into trouble. Okay, I'm not switching it off during the stream this time. I'm not because, you know what? It just won't. It's just you switch it off and then you forget to switch it back on again, and then it's like, what's happened to the washing machine? Sorry, I switched it off during the stream. Dear dear. Right, brilliant. Porridge is ready. Look, we're super sophisticated. We have golden syrup in a pouring bottle. Woohoo! Nice. Right, let us head back to Tech Town and see if we can get the change of cameras to work better. Right, first things first, put that camera down. We can still see me. Put these headphones on. Right, now we need to mute this one. Unmute this one. That's it. And then we need to go to this camera here. Hi. We're over across. We can now remove this man from the stream there because we should be A-okay. Can you all hear me clearly? If your name's Barry, you don't get to answer that question. There we go. There we go. Hamza. La Ourf. What? Really? Is that an appropriate thing to put down on a morning stream? I don't know. We will have to have a look at what's going on. Right. Good. Right. Glad you can hear me. Let us go to the. Hold on. Where's my coffee? Hold on a sec. Coffee is here. Coffee. Right, so welcome to the new camera angle, which is the setup for the future tech that will be coming soon. I have created in my set of shelves a bureau-like thing that I can push like a sliding drawer in and out for my keyboard, so it can be hidden away. Where the camera is here is where the monitor will go, and in the morning you have a reasonably pleasant view of my bookcase and my whiskies and various other things up there, and a bit of the television, the top of the television there, but I don't want that to distract you from anything. Okay, so we do have the papers to talk about today, and we'll talk about them. Then we'll talk about something that I don't really normally talk about on my streams, which is my family and what's been going on, why they've been away for 4 weeks. If you're a regular, you know what's going on, but I'm just very excited about seeing them, a bit giddy like a schoolgirl, to say the least. But we'll do the papers first. Let us bring up the papyruses. Okay, so the morning papers, this is the Sunday papers in the UK. The Sunday papers are usually much bigger, bolder, thicker. I know this because part of my job at the shop that I work in, big retail department, I manage the department that actually looks after the newspaper. So we have to put all the supplements inside the papers. The newsagent, don't do that. It's we get paid 2p per paper to do that, which is insane. Right, okay, so the Mail on Sunday, see how it says it, the Mail. This is like the Daily Mail, but on a Sunday. Just to make sure we know that it's the Mail on Sunday, they write that in the title. Thanks, guys. I hate the Mail and the Daily Mail. It's a Tory rag that I wouldn't even use as toilet roll if we had panic buying on toilet roll again. I wouldn't even have it in my house. I'm surprised it's even digitally here on my laptop, but we have to do it. Right, okay. So in today's Sunday Mail on Sunday, revealed the full story, inside story of the PM's fight for life. Bam, bam, bam. Boris, the NHS saved my life. Yes, it did. The fantastic NHS. This saved my life. Yes, it did. Crazy. Yes, that's what they do, Boris. Regardless of the Tory cuts over the past 10 years of austerity, they still maintain the basic premise to save lives. Boris, honestly, you know, they did. Of course they did. And I hope that you realise that by allowing them to save your life, you're a hypocrite if you think about trying to cut them back or to try and sell them to private corporations. You can now see firsthand the necessity of a robust and well-funded National Health Service. Universal health care works, people. America, I love you guys very much. I think that you have to have a choice for healthcare. Like if you want private medical or insurance-based healthcare, that's cool. But there should be a universal healthcare as well. It's an inalienable human right to live and be well. And as far as I'm concerned, if you put profit before health, then there's something wrong with your way of thinking. Truly there is. Health is not a business. I watched a documentary yesterday that led into 2 other documentaries being watched, and one of the little ticks that came up was a Venus Project video again, and the same guy quoted it on the video that played on Friday night, which is our society, Western society, is overconfident and underprepared. And the coronavirus outbreak kind of sums that up perfectly. We're overconfident because it's capitalism based, and we want to be confident because of this fictitious thing called the stock market. And then we're underprepared because on paper everything looks great, but in physical reality it's not. And Boris has kind of grasped that just now. Also in the Mail on Sunday, Julian Assange, love him or hate him, he fathered 2 babies inside the embassy. What? He's a naughty boy. I wonder if it was with the same woman. Do you think it was with the same woman? You know something? That I'm going to have to Google that later and have a wee look at that, because that is going to be worth reading. I don't dislike Julian. I think that there's a place in the world for objective journalism that he's done. Maybe everything in WikiLeaks might have been a bit close to the bone, but you know, 1 second, please hold on. But when you think about it, okay, if mainstream media were doing their job properly, all right, then we wouldn't have a need for something like WikiLeaks, you know, somewhere where whistleblowers could go to and feel reasonably safe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. With who? With who, Nyla? Who's he had these babies with? And how? I mean, well, obviously I know how, but whoa, you know, Julian, sort of like you're locked down in an embassy and you're like, all you're thinking about is boom, chicka, wow, wow. Good boy, good lad, you know, keeping up the Assange clan. Let's go back to the old papyruses. Yeah, so Julian, right, Sunday Express, a British virus, as British virus death toll nears 10,000. Wow. Including at least 19 NHS staff. PM pays tribute to medical heroes. Yes, we know that. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Boris. You've got another week before I let loose upon you properly and really rip you a new one for the way you've handled this crisis. But we'll wait till you're a bit better, okay? Till you can handle the Mojax Happy criticism. Because trust me, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. As this audience grows, you will feel it. I will be speaking objectively and thinking critically about everything that you do, because that's the way that I am. I can't thank them enough. I owe them my life. Yes, you do. There's the Queen's Tinder picture. We like the Queen's Tinder picture. I would swipe right on the Queen. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but the Queen deserves to have some Tinder love as well. We do like that. Coronavirus will not overcome us. We know that. You said that last week, Queenie. We think that you're all right. You know how I feel about you as well. There's a place for the royal family in the world, but we don't need to pay for you. You're rich enough as it is. Okay? We don't need to give you any money. We don't need to upgrade your palaces at the behest of your subjects. Okay? And if we're subjects, why don't you take interest in your subjects more with what's going on? Use some of your wealth and say, hey, look, there's $1 billion towards the NHS. There is $1 billion towards the NHS. People would love you more for that, Queenie. They would. Think about it. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Right, let's move on to the Sunday Mirror. Ventilator sedative shortage. We're running out of drugs for the sickest patients. There is a horrible article later on, okay, which triggered me completely this morning, okay, where it's almost like battlefield triage in the UK just now for it all. Death toll rises by 917, lockdown for months. Listen, if we need to be locked down for months, whose fault is that? Okay, whose fault is that? That is purely the fault of those people going around, not taking the present lockdown seriously. All right, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Was it Stella Morris? Or was it his lawyer? Wow. Did you just Google that, Nyla? That's amazing. He's a naughty guy. Is our Julian Assange having naughties with his lawyer? Ooh la la. I'm sure there will be I wonder who would play Stella Morris in the movie of Julian Assange. That would be amazing. I'd like to play Julian. I think I'd make a great Julian, personally. Yes. I'm going to work on my Julian impression. I'm going to go and YouTube the crap out of his speeches and try and mock him the same way as I mock Boris. I can almost do a perfect Boris. Right. Sorry, I got distracted there by the chat there thinking, oh my God, what a naughty, naughty boy. That's brilliant. It's amazing. Right. Yeah. So we're running out of drugs. I'm sorry, I got distracted. That's amazing. Julian Assange. doing the boom chicka wah wah with his with his lawyer. Wow, nice one, Julian. We love that. Cool. Both of his children's births were filmed with a GoPro and sent him. Oh my god! Wow, you gotta love that. You gotta love that. Right, back to being serious for a second. Yes, we're running out of drugs for the sickest patients. What does that mean? That means that the sickest patients might not survive if we don't have the correct drugs. But this is a direct reflection of overconfidence and underprepared in a capitalist society once again. Okay, we're not ready for this. They did in 2016. They actually did a dry run for a crazy pandemic within the NHS, and the report, which I will dig up and bring up next week, well, tomorrow night actually, on Monday when we go back to the evening show again. I will bring that up and basically summarize what these findings were. In short, just now from what I recall from talking and reading about it before, is the words are, we're truly underprepared for a pandemic. We need to do all this. And the government goes, yeah, okay, that's great. We're just going to cut you back more, sell more of you off, and we don't care. You care now, though. You truly care now. Okay, so the Sunday Telegraph, hospitals on brink of running out of gowns. Yes, running out of gowns, as well as that again. Overconfident, underprepared. Overconfident, underprepared. It does my head in every single time. It's the same sort of nonsense that goes on. Why? Because, unfortunately, the Conservative Party do want to whittle away at the beautiful log that is the NHS until we just end up with a splinter. And then they'll say that splinter has pierced the skin and infected us, and we have to sell that splinter off. It's a true... Roddick, please don't do that. Not while he's doing some acrobatics. He's got this thing where he sits and kneels at the edge of the sofa. And that's a good boy. You sit round. Good lad. I'll film that one day. Yes, we're running out of gowns as well. That'll be gowns for the patients, the sort of like the whitey blue things that they wear when they're in hospital, the ones that tie up the back, you know. Interesting stuff. Lockdown puts vulnerable children at risk. It does. It truly does. We're going to talk about that more towards the end as well. I think it's in a similar article to the one that triggered me as well. PM lockdown. PMIO Doctors My Life. Yes, move on. Sunday Times. NHS phone app holds the key to lifting lockdown. NHS phone app holds key to lifting lockdown is the headline of the Sunday Times main story, which reveals ministers are given the green light to the creation of an NHS app that would allow mobile phones to trace users who have been in contact with infected people, alerting them to get tested. Ministers hope the app could pave the way for them to start lifting some of the strictest social distancing measures from late next month. But Lord Evans, the former head of MI5, warned the technology, although key to combating the virus, was a severe intrusion to personal privacy. Well, that's it. You see, what you've got to look at, right, is, are you willing to give up some liberties of being tracked to monitoring the virus? Now, is this a back door into sort of more Big Brother stuff? It could well be, all right? But again, I think sensible people in a sensible society can see the pros and the cons with that. And as long as they got rid of it afterwards, as long as they, you know, it's like in Star Wars when Senator Palpatine becomes the Chancellor, and then by hook or by crook, he ends up sort of like getting the emergency powers. And he says in his speech, "It is with a great heart, great heavy heart, that I take upon these powers just now. But when this crisis is over, I will stand these powers down," sort of thing. Well, he didn't. That was bullshit, because he turned out to be a Sith Lord. Okay, will we say just now that the rest of the country, the world is turning Sith? Well, we could do. You know, it could well be that, you know, this is like the whole sort of back door into the Fourth Reich. It could be that, all right? Or it could be
a new age of Aquarius type thing going on, you know, where basically we move out of it and everybody says no more. We can work a better way. So we're basically right on the seesaw of absolute craziness of totalitarian Big Brother 1984 nonsense or the Venus Project. Okay, I would rather have the Venus Project. I don't know about you guys. Okay, it just makes more sense to me for the future of the planet. Okay, that's just it. Go and watch the first couple of videos of the Venus Project. I'm going to rant about that for the duration of this virus outbreak. Right, back to the papers. Okay, right, so The Observer, as virus death toll nears 10,000, parties unite to demand recall of Parliament. Yeah, do you know something? We need to get our MPs back. You know, they can't be back in the building together because they're just going to all get the virus and they're all just going to end up like off sick for God knows how many weeks. So what we need to do is we need to do like a virtual Parliament. They can all get, was it Zoom? Is it Zoom? Zoom, whatever that app is where you can have 500 people all doing it. I'm sure that there's a government version where you can have like 650 odd people. Did you just bang your shoulder on my chair? Did you? Okay. You okay, little boy? Yeah? Good. Right, okay. Bouncing now. But yeah, when you think about it, right, okay, we need to have everybody, the leaders doing the right things. There needs to be a constructive discussion about where we go to next, about it all. I totally think that's possible. Right, here's my third least favourite member of Parliament and Minister. This is Priti Patel. Wow, I could talk about her all day and her track record of being exceptionally right-wing, and she has no business being right-wing. She's actually borderline racist as well, and she's self-righteous. No, I'm not going to go on about her, okay? What her particular comments were was that she couldn't even say numbers properly. There was a video, hold on a second. Roddick, get off the window ledge. Roddick, get down. Good boy. Just, you can stand there. Good boy. That's it. Oh my God. Pie. Right. So this is something we talked about in the late night show as well. Domestic violence. How people, children, women, and even men could be trapped in their homes during the lockdown with their abuser, and it's happened. Priti Patel's actually looked at this. Okay, domestic violence has surged since the start of the lockdown. You know, it's absolutely crazy to have these particular. Somebody suggested on Twitter, Roddick, good boy. Somebody suggested on Twitter that the Police Scotland revisit all the domestic violence call-outs that happened last year. But there's so many of them that would take a year to actually potentially do it all. So they just have to respond openly to the ones that are happening and react to those ones. There's nothing stopping a phone call though. Hello, little boy. There's nothing stopping a phone call though. And you know something as well, if you know, if you have a neighbour or a friend or anybody at all that could potentially you know, be in a vulnerable position with their abuser behind locked doors, phone them. You know, do coded messages along lines, can you speak right now? Is anybody else listening? You know, so they're safe to speak. Just sort of like say, oh, you know, my favourite fruit is bananas if there's something going on. You know, you don't have to say yes or no or one-word questions. You can just throw that into the sentence later on. You know, I went shopping the other day there and like my favourite fruit bananas weren't on sale. You know, it sounds particularly normal, okay, or anything like that. You know, there's ways that you can actually speak to people to make sure that that they're safe. I know this because I've been involved with similar things in the past with abused children and teenagers in jobs that I've done. So they have to have code words which they feel safe to talk to in front of everybody. It is crazy. Let's have a quick look at the comments just now. Right, so Barry's saying that Zoom has too many security holes. That'd be perfect for the House of Commons then. Because they have many security holes as well. Maybe there's an MI5 version of Zoom called something else, like, I don't know, We'll make something up. Zoom is dangerous. I've never used Zoom before. I know other people are using Zoom, and I know that my daughter talked about Zoom. So from what you guys have just said there, it's like, nah. My Alia is not getting to use Zoom now. I've not even researched it, but like Nyla and Barry are both saying, no, Zoom is bad. Zoom's bad. Oh, and even Jason's saying Zoom's nasty as well. Okay, right, guys. Okay, I'm backing off. Zoom's a no-no. It's cool. Okay, you've convinced me. All right, I don't need anything else. It's very good. Right. Yes, I do like kiwis, Jason, very much. Thank you very much. Okay, right. Candace Owen. Who's Candace Owen again? I'll have to have a look at that. It's happening here in the US as well. You Americans have Candace Owen. I don't know who Candace Owen is. I'm going to have to Google Candace and we'll look at that. Okay. Right. Anything else interesting in the comments? Right. We have a few people. Let's see who we got. We've got everybody's in YouTube land today. Hey, that's brilliant. I like everybody in YouTube land. If you've not commented or said hello, please say hello now. I know Barry, Nyla, and Jason have all said hello. I like to know who's on, just so I can engage with you. So, Robert, if you're still on, I've seen you engage as well. That's great. So that just leaves one person. Let me just go back. Anybody else? Nope, nobody else is there. Fantastic. Right. Okay, let's finish up with the papers, because there's a little triggering thing further down that we need to go to. Right. So, Priti Patel. Here we go. Right. This is the one. This is the one here. Mum's corona crisis plea. Are our kids not worth saving? Right. So the most vulnerable asked to sign a don't resuscitate form. Are our kids' lives not worth saving? Is the question asked by a mother who was asked to sign a do not resuscitate notice for her son who is a cancer patient. The case reported by the Sunday's People's front page. Hold on. You're not going to stand on the fireplace. Okay, no, you know you're not. I'm watching you. Oh. He likes to stand on the fireplace. It's not like it's hot or anything. It's just a fake fire, but no, he's away now. That's good. Basically, can you imagine having to sign a form because there's not enough drugs? Okay, there's not enough. There's not enough anything that can be used to save your child, because your child may or may not be saved by the drugs. They don't want to do everything because they want to do it. This is battlefield triage. This is what we got taught when I was in the Marines. Okay, there's, right, you have no arms or legs, you're probably not going to survive. Well, this guy over here has just been shot in the shoulder. Okay, we're going to patch him up and then come back to you. Okay, there's battlefield triage is a horrible, horrible thing. And to ask a parent to do that, it would be a case of like, nah, absolutely not. You will do everything you possibly can. Listen, my second from youngest is a little boy called Ruin, and he has had a fever for 3.5 weeks, which has only subsided in the past 2 to 3 days. He's had blood tests and urine tests at the hospital. He's had his everything checked out. Now, they may or may not have thought that he had corona. I don't think that he had, but he might have been one of these one of these people that didn't have the symptoms, okay, or the full symptoms. He only actually had the fever, but he did also have tonsillitis before this all started. When his mum phoned me up and said we've been to the doctors, they kind of want us to look at it as potentially being that, even though they think it's not. Okay, I was like, oh man, I got super emotional. I got super emotional when I put the phone down. It upset me greatly. But then I phoned the doctor myself. I phoned Ruin's GP, or his general practitioner, and they phoned me back and reassured me that, they have to say things like that, because if he does have it and he goes around, he could spread it around. Okay, we don't want him to go to hospital, because if he does have it, he could give potentially more vulnerable people it. Okay, but reassuringly, they sounded his chest. His chest had no raspy sound, crackly sounds on it, so there was nothing wrong with his chest. They did his oxygen absorption, which is a massive massive indicator of well-being and health, and it was sitting at 99.3, which is great for a 9-year-old. Unbelievable. So that's almost as good as an athlete, you know. So long and short of it, okay, Ruan was fine. He just had this mysterious fever, and he was up at the Sick Kids Hospital in Edinburgh last week again, and that's when he had his blood tests. And we were told if there was anything untoward, they would get in contact. So they've not contacted us, which is a very positive thing. And I will definitely be giving the GP a tinkle on Monday just to get the results from the horse's mouth, because I think it's quite important. Let's have a quick look at the comments again. Right, okay. So Nyla says that Candice is pure evil. Candice Owen is a coloured lassie who is muck spreading sensation and didn't think what she says has a reputation of bullcrap. Right, very good. Don't hold back, Jason. I quite believe that. And yeah, it is that whole headline, Nyla. That headline there is definitely cruel. That coupled with the domestic violence thing going on is kind of crazy. Right, okay, the Sunday Star, this Daily Star Sunday, fills a saint to Greavesy. I don't care about that, I'm moving on. And that's it for the papers there. That is the Sunday papers. There are more Sunday papers, but the BBC don't print them all. Like a couple of Scottish ones. I'm not going to try and find them with the tabs that are open just now, because I do not want to lose the stream. I think it's important that we keep the stream alive. Thank you, Nyla, for sending Ruan positive energy to him. It's very important. That's one of the things I said to him as well. It says you've got to think about making yourself feel better, because positive thinking and positive reinforcement, rather than sort of like being told you're not well or things like that, or putting ideas into your head about stuff, is a very negative thing. So today is Easter. There will be an Easter egg hunt in our garden today, more than likely. I think Grandma's coming round with stuff to do that. I will be collecting my children at 11:30. I will not live stream it, but I will take a couple of videos. I will do a vlog of today with my kids coming back. I will talk in the car about how excited I am because I've got a camera holder in the car. I will do that on the way up. I will do the reunion, which won't be properly done until I come back here, because I won't be getting out the car, because I am technically shielding just now. So as long as I'm in the car and I don't go to shops or anything like that, I'm okay. I can't be going into shops. I'm not allowed to medically, which is the way that it goes. But I'm very excited about them coming back. We're going to have fun. They don't know what I've done to the garden. They're going to have a massive surprise as well, because I've done stuff. So the rest of the today is going to be all about them and time with Daddy. And then later tonight, I will be on Ron Swanson Investigates, his YouTube stroke Mixer channel. I don't know whether it's going to be Mixer or YouTube tonight. So if you want to watch some serial killer madness, it's the part 2 of the Long Island serial killers. Lisk, it's called, Lisk is what it's actually known as online. And it's a crazy case that goes right the way back to the 1990s. And they still haven't found the killer. It's incredible. So I've got some new and revealing things from when the young lady, let me just look up my notes just now, when I think it was Melissa, Shannon Gilbert, yeah, from when after Shannon Gilbert went missing, basically that's her going missing instigated the search, and that's when they found 10 bodies over the latter part of 2010 and into 2011. So we're going to pick up from when those bodies were found. and move forward. At this point, they still haven't found Shannon Gilbert's body. It's kind of insane. They do find it. We did mention it, but they do find it. But at that particular point, they don't have it. Right. Okay. So that is us at the end of the morning paper show. If you have any comments, you can contact me at Mojax Happy on Twitter. I'm always available on YouTube, Snapchat as well, and I have a Facebook page for live streaming directly to it, which we're streaming to just now. And we've had somebody like that on there. It was Hamza Larouf that liked us on Facebook. Thank you, Hamza. Very kind of you. And then we've got the usual mob here. So listen, please, if you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to it. If you have Facebook, take the link from YouTube, stick it into your Facebook and share me about. We want to try and grow the channel and grow the community as good as we can. This week, I will be spending time with my children and spending at least an hour and a half to 2 hours a day working on new content to launch before I go back to work to make the channel more interesting and more versatile. And I will be speaking to the wonderful people that I'd like to involve with it, like Nyla, Jason, and Barry Moore. Not Barry Moore, but Barry, Moore. And let's all make this work together. Let's all try and push forward and make the channel of Mojax Happy, the brand of Mojax Happy, be quite big, and especially Radio Apocalypse. Radio Apocalypse seems to be my thing. I quite like it. But you guys, thank you very much for joining us today. And I will look forward to spending time with you tonight on my brother's channel, and back tomorrow morning with a house full of children. There'll be Paxton, Alia, Ruin, and Roddick all wandering around like sleepyheads, and then back tomorrow night again at 10 o'clock for the late at night show. Thanks, guys. It's been an absolute wonder having you here today, and I will look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care and have a fantastic Easter. We are leaving the stream now. Just talking in a whisper as the broadcast ends. Look at that chocolate cake. Oh, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.